This is a island that at its widest level is 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level, the smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition of about 25,000 more into the population.
The whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Oh, good old Hank. I love that guy.
I love his, it's 2 straight minutes of just autistic, 24 miles long and 12 miles wide at the widest and 7 miles wide at the narrowest. And...
I love it. No, he doesn't say narrowest. He said the least wide, which is hilarious. It's like I pick up on that every time.
It's like he read the first paragraph of Wikipedia about Guam, like on his way to this, whatever this was, hearing of some sort, you know. He's like, oh God, I'm supposed to talk about Guam. And he managed to read like the first paragraph. All right, I know that it's about 13 miles long and about 7 miles wide. I can probably stretch that out to about 2 minutes if I really work at it, you know.
Oh, that is your U.S. Congress right there in a nutshell. I'm glad we sent our best and brightest there, right?
Well, it's a wonderful system, you know. It really filters out the chaff and lets the
yes. And if they don't go into that, they do go into broadcasting and give us great reports that we get.
Yeah, they're it is funny. Like we watched our local Fox like morning news from Tampa, and it's it's fun. It's a good crew. It's nothing serious, right? Puppies and whatnot. But like these are people who have been doing this for like 30 years. They've actually met and talked to a lot of really high up people and this and that. They every day they're going and visiting a new place and this and that. But the shit that they don't know, like the basic, like I don't know. I struggle to find a specific example, but just about day-to-day life or how the world works, or
breathing.
Maybe they'll give a fact about an alligator, and they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know that," and it's like, "Bitch, like you've been doing news in Florida for 30 years. How do you not know everything about it? You guys do a story on alligators every fucking day. How is every one of you not an alligator expert?" But they're not. They don't know anything about alligators.
Trust the science. Trust the media.
I guess they just read it. They don't write it. So.
And do you think they actually pay attention to what they're reading? They don't, like. They're just stenographers, man. They just repeat what they're told to repeat.
And I mean, I don't do that job, but let's say all I'm doing is reading off of a teleprompter. I don't know how much information I'd actually retain. It's not like reading a book where you can think about it and reflect or whatever. You're reading it aloud, and that's all. Like 100% of your brain power is read this aloud and don't accidentally say panties instead of pantries.
Who put a question mark? Everybody knows Mr. Burgundy will read it.
I like to assume that Anchorman is more biographical than like fictional comedy. Like that is how most reporters like when they put "Go fuck yourself, San Diego" on the teleprompter and he just reads it and then just goes on like nothing happened while she's sitting there staring at him, like not a fucking clue what just came out of his mouth. He just said what was on the screen and moved on with life. Like I assume that's most of the reporter or the reporters that are doing the nightly and the daily news.
Unless you're Bill O'Reilly. That is my absolute favorite rant ever.
What you got to narrow it down. O'Reilly had some good ones.
No, the rant about the do it live. That's like the best one.
O'Reilly rant, yeah.
So we use that for we use that for the intro for Peddling Fiction.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the entire? Like,
yes. He was right. He was absolutely right.
Okay, so the only Dag's furrowing his brow. So the only thing that really gets seen is fuck it, we'll do it live. Okay, so what happened was they just throw a bad ad read on Bill O'Reilly at the last second, and he's just supposed to do this. So he gives it the old college try 2 or 3 times, and it's a bad read. Like it
was written badly.
Yeah, it was poorly written.
Yeah,
and he gets pissed off, and that's when he goes on the rant. Like, I'll write it and we'll do it live. Like, we're just going to do the close of the show, and then I'm going to do the read the way I want to. I know what it's supposed to say. I'm not going to actually read what the fuck y'all wrote because it's terrible. So, and then the follow-up is he finishes it. Like, they do the outro, he does the read, show wraps, and then he sits there professionally while they wrap up, and then as soon as they cut, he gets up and just like storms out fucking furious. But he was in the right. But it just like the clip gets used to make it seem like Bill O'Reilly is this like insane person that loses his shit. But he was 100% correct to lose his shit the way he did.
Yes.
We've done the Casey Kasem one on here too. Or Casey Kasem flips the fuck out because they're running them like upbeat songs right after a pet death memorial, like, oh, little Timmy lost his dog and now we're time to clap your hands and stomp your feet with the he's like, God damn it, you guys stop fucking.
And then hearing Casey Kasem in just like this really mellow voice just losing his shit. Who the fuck is putting this stupid shit on after a song like that? Like,
it reminds you that they're sort of real people.
Remember the Christian Bale meltdown on set? Oh, good for you. That one?
No, I don't.
No,
I think it was on the set of the Terminator movie he was filming.
We watched a Christian Bale movie last night.
He did a Terminator movie?
Heath Ledger. No, it was a Heath Ledger movie.
Yeah, I think it was Salvation. It was like one of the sequels that wasn't as good as the originals, but not as god-awful as the most recent ones.
Okay. I think I've seen that one. That one was decent.
it was acceptable. It wasn't great, but it wasn't like terrible.
The new Andor is pretty good. The newest episodes of that.
I haven't watched any of the. I watched Stephanie and I watched season 1 of Mandalorian, but like the sequel trilogy was, especially the last 2, were so bad. I just have not been able to do anything Star Wars.
Yeah, the only connection I have to Star Wars anymore is like me and Noah played Star Wars Battlefront 2 from like 2002. We still land that.
Game. That's a fun game.
Battlefront 1 was better, but Battlefront 2 brought in the...
I disagree, but they're both good games.
I have both of them. Though.
They both have their charm.
Yeah, Sean and I play them.
Yeah, I think I have Battlefront 2 on one of my PlayStations.
The remade Battlefronts for like the PS4 and maybe
the EA ones.
Yeah, the first one was all right. The second one was, I did not care for it at all.
Very microtransaction heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put
Then
it.
with them kids gambling, buying those loot boxes, got to get them early.
Yeah, that was super shitty.
Are you guys familiar with the cheese chase? The cheese.
Oh, in England, they roll the wheel of cheese down the hill.
Yeah, and
No, what is this?
and you got to
This is
chase it.
awesome.
Yeah, they do it every year. I think it just happened. Yeah, they roll this big wheel of cheese
That looks painful.
down the hill. That's why I was going to ask you guys if you guys would do. I feel like I would have done this when I was younger, but I'd just be asking
cluster.
for trouble if I did that now, right? Because yeah, they're pretty brutal. I was hoping we'd get some good.
I heard somebody got hurt pretty bad this year, and then all the won't somebody think of the children types are like, oh, should we stop this old tradition we've been doing for centuries because people are getting hurt?
No,
I mean-
it weeds out the wheat. It's perfect.
I mean, it's not like it's a requirement to graduate high school that you run this thing, you know.
And it's not like it's
you know,
running of the
purely
bulls. I
voluntary.
mean,
And they got
that's
chips.
still
in there and
safer than that.
I mean, everybody that's doing this knows what they're signing up for. Like you're literally running down a hill. Like
No, they don't, Justin. They don't know what they're doing. They need government to tell them to stop.
They're just a tourist who's here and never heard. What is this? A cheese race? Oh, that sounds fun and quaint. Yeah, sign me up. I have no idea what it is. You know?
Well, it's good to see the people doing this still look English at least.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you know, 3 of the 4 of us have kids. Is that not one of the things that you told your kids at a young age was like, don't run downhill? That's really
Don't have your hands in your pockets going downstairs.
yeah.
So you don't like fall and knock your teeth out.
Yep.
You know,
Instead, break your wrists when you hit the ground.
It's better than getting dental work done.
Yes, this is true. It's cheaper.
Oh, they're making them use a fake wheel of cheese now legally for some reason. That's odd.
The regulations in the UK will not ever end.
Yeah.
You need a TV license? You need a license for your cheese?
Well, you see, it's against health regulations to let the cheese get dirty. So you have to
Even
use
though it's mold.
yeah, you have to use a fake cheese. So we don't have hills in Florida. And every now and then there'd be like a slight hill. Dude, like we'd go to visit my relatives in Georgia. And I would be so excited because I'd be able to roll down a hill. I'm like, I want to find a hill and roll down it or something because we just didn't have hills. It was a whole other experience. So as a kid, this would have looked like a blast to me. But now I just see my elbow snapping.
I'm worried about the pain the next day. That's
and say,
Ooh, look at that.
I got the cheese.
I assume somebody gets badly injured doing this every year. And like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
they
that's
just said
part
that
of the
chick
fun of it.
dislocated her shoulder.
Huh,
Yeah.
Oh,
and there you
You
go.
know,
I
you
was
don't
noticing-
see guys in dresses doing this. That's what you don't see.
What? That's
it is
probably
Britain.
a
That's their
poor-
humor.
That's
I bet you
probably a
one year
poor
it was
strategy,
all
though.
dudes in dresses.
Yes.
Sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
It's a Monty
that's
Python
poor
sketch.
strategy. You
Yes.
you put on a kilt and run down the hill. Then your legs can flow more freely. You don't get
Okay.
tripped up on your
Yes,
own
that's.
pants.
But
You
don't
guys
you think,
know what I mean. They don't have
don't you
purple
think
hair
the-
and nose rings coming out.
No,
Don't you
you're
think
right.
it's-
You're right. We're just
with the
we're
kilt
just
though,
having
don't
fun.
you think like your dong flapping would create wind resistance and slow you down?
Look what I noticed in this picture. Look at these dudes over here on the what's at the left. It looks like they're in like special suits they designed just for this, right? It's like a
Look like
it's like
the
a
damn-
onesie
The
style.
putty guys from Power Rangers that they used to beat up.
Yeah.
I thought it was a gimp.
Yeah, they're
Looks
not
like-
flattering.
Looks like the bad guys in damn, what was that movie? Can't think of it now. Thor, the third Thor, which was probably the worst one.
Well, they did make a fourth one, so
Yeah.
Well, it's got the nice like onesie. What'd you
The
call it? Like
second
the like an aircraft mechanic suit. So you can't get, you're not getting grass and stuff like in your pants, right? It all stays together. They got the camera holder right on front. Maybe it looks like some ventilation holes, some speed holes, if you will. to make the suit go faster. Yeah, man. They put some thought into that. I'm getting that cheese this year. You guys down?
It's looks like something out of like a old British horror movie.
It is. It's either like a bad ninja movie or like like some weird horror movie.
What was the one?
it's like
I can't think of the name of it now.
it's like an automaton or like some sort of like robot from a 1950s movie, and it's in black and white, and you can't see all the seams on it to know it's not a machine.
Yeah.
Or it's like a stagehand who accidentally ordered the wrong color outfit. It's supposed to be all black. He's the guy who's back there holding the the fake clouds and stuff. Ooh. Yep.
Well, have y'all seen this? Speaking of like fun races and stuff, this is the wife carrying world championship in, I think it's in Finland, where these.
I thought there was one in like Ohio or something also.
There might be. This is the world.
They probably stole it from these guys.
Oh, jeez.
Like, there's a strategy to this.
Damn it, I told you needed to drop 5 pounds.
Oh, his leg, man. His leg went underneath him. God,
So how long ago do you think they enacted the helmet rule for the women?
painaa jyrkän menemään. Ja Jonilla on aikaa korjalla aurinkolaseja. Se huomasi, että täällä ei paikalla aurinko, niin se sen takia korjaa tuonne otalle.
He's trying to get rid of his wife, I bet.
Kyllä.
We're gonna win or you're gonna die trying.
Oh! Oh, man, my legs hurt from seeing that.
Hyvä, ja sieltä lähdetään. Ja Rantanen ottaa poikittaisottelua. Merirosvo ilmeellä painelee kyllä.
I think we should all raise money to get Justin and his wife to go to this.
Say, the guy on the right, that seems to be the most common strategy, is the legs straddling the head.
I do respect the fireman's carry, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a like a rule the way you have to do it?
I haven't looked that closely into it.
It looks like there's one in Maine, the North American Wife Carrying Championship. I thought I saw one in like Ohio or some awful state, but it was like they were like drinking beer like while they were doing it. You know what I mean? There was like a beer element added.
That sounds like a Wisconsin thing.
Yes, that's more
sound like
Wisconsin than Ohio.
It very well could have been.
One of the we worked with a guy from Wisconsin for a while, so we would play polka music in the shop, and our theme song for a while became this polka song. I don't know what it's called, but the chorus goes, "I don't want her, you can have her. She's too fat. She's too fat for me."
Yes, I'm somehow familiar with that song. I'm familiar with like no polka music.
But you lived in Milwaukee or outside of, like, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's a band from Detroit.
William Tell Overtures from Detroit.
See, this is the way to do it. Just have everybody run at the same time. Don't be doing the one-on-one time.
Yeah,
stuff.
I've never seen the hurdles. Oh, this must be in Utah.
Mormons, yeah. That's a handicap.
Oh shit. See, my wife's a runner. I'm not. She'd have to carry me.
Yeah, you got a heart condition.
Yeah. I'll get a riding crop though. I'll do my part.
Hold
See,
a
that
carrot
guy,
out on a
that
stick.
guy's cheating. He's got a little tiny Asian wife. Like that.
We do a bit of training. We actually did.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Are you saying this is by destiny?
Get you
To win this race?
There you go,
Get
man.
you a nice Japanese. It really gets you some speed. Oh shit.
See, my problem would be Stephanie's too tall. Like, I would just have legs flying everywhere the whole time I'm trying to run.
Well, yeah, she's very animated too. She would not be able to stay calm, and that's just going to throw off your center of balance.
Yeah, she's gonna be barking orders. She's gonna be.
If you finish the race, you're probably going to have like a knife in your ribs because for some reason she brought it.
He's not even denying it. He's like, yeah, it's true.
Be like Justin's version of the Ides of March.
She'd be sitting there hitting me the whole time. You're bouncing me around too much. That's the point of running. What did you? Yes, that's how this works.
Dear God.
Well, speaking of crazy wives, woman in Australia,
I know, right?
cooking cooking dinner for her family, for her in-laws and their relatives, and she added some extra mushrooms that she claims. Oh, speaking of Asian wives, claims she got from the Asian supermarket.
Oh, there's
down the street. They were death cap mushrooms.
What is that?
They're not. I was hoping they'd just be psilocybin. This be a silly story.
Oh
no,
okay.
no.
Oh boy,
it's only silly because it's Australian. Anything down there is silly. Dude, same thing. I have another New Zealand story too for us actually. But yeah, she claims she did it unknowingly. She tried to blame it on the Asians. But added them to the recipe to improve the quote bland flavor. Now
she was cooking it. She can make it unbland without putting dead mushrooms in. Jesus.
And I'm pretty sure death cap mushrooms don't taste good.
They weren't. She didn't know they were the deadly ones yet, Steve. Jeez, you got to taste it first.
You gotta.
Then why didn't she die?
She threw up.
Yeah, I said she. Because she's bulimic, maybe. So she said she just does that anyhow, and that's why she survived and nobody else did, or spared the effects anyhow. Oh, that just sounds like an awful way to go, though.
So it was like that scene from.
Look at her. She did it. Look at her.
Oh yeah,
look at that
she
face.
did it. Yeah.
That's every woman on the show snapped.
Yep. Right there. There you go.
Yep. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, man?
No, never mind. I can't think of any TV shows today. I've lost all ability to recall TV shows.
What you mean, like quotes on the fly?
No. I was gonna say I can't remember the name of the damn show. The one where they were making meth.
Oh, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Well, you remember that scene where they all drink the tequila and everybody dies, and they bring back what's his name?
Yeah. Gus went and made himself puke.
Yeah, there you go. She got the idea from that. I bet you,
dude.
I bet you.
I love Gus and like his whole like thing. Like they had the backup like hospital in a tent in the desert.
Yeah,
like there with everybody had their own backup blood. They had and they take him. They're like, oh, save him. They're like, no. He pays the bills. We're saving him first.
Yep.
then him. Then you kind of thing.
Yep.
Dude, that's my kind of gangster, dude. He goes and works at the fast food restaurant every day. Appearances, drives a Volvo, just boring as fuck. Yeah, man. Yeah, those are the real G's.
Yeah, he was a badass. I love that. That was a great scene too. Brilliantly done.
So I'll just jump to my other New Zealand one. This is a art exhibit that I guess originally they brought out in the 70s, and then for some reason people were offended by it. So they like took it down, but I guess they're putting it back. I don't know. It says please walk on me. I read this, but I don't remember if people actually walk on it or not. I mean, it looks pretty crisp and folded.
It's like the opposite of don't tread on me.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they're doing?
Tread on me, daddy. Tread harder.
Yeah.
That sounds like New Zealand.
Yeah. But yeah, several complaints about it. The police and whatnot were offended. It's not like they've ever been to war, right? Do they have like a military?
They had
other than that original war.
It was
one of the cool tank.
It was one of the staging areas during World War II.
Oh, that makes sense because it's like out in the Pacific like that.
Yeah,
they had
Australia.
They had some reconnaissance pilots too that would take pictures of Japanese vessels. That
makes sense.
They had a lot of half American babies after World War II.
Like a lot of the world.
Yes.
So, Dag, look up. Let me see if I can remember how to spell. Look up a Bob Semple tank, SEMPLE. That was like they did not have like a really big military, so they were trying to design these tanks to defend their shores if they did get invaded by the Japanese. I think it's called Bob Semple.
Bob Semple. Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah, I got it here.
Basically, they made it out of like scrap parts and like.
Dude, it looks like. Of course, I mistyped, but that's it. Yeah, it's like the shit I built my chicken coop out of.
Yeah,
the fucking side. It's like corrugated fucking steal.
It's like
if
the
you're lucky.
Killdozer, man. I wonder if we got the idea from. For the
I
Killdozer.
could probably push that over. Not the Killdozer though, but that.
Corrugated siding. Use some pallets to shore it up underneath it.
That's like a Temu.
Oh, it's built on a
version, I think.
tractor. Yeah,
This is
they
the
just build it
original
over
Temu
tractors.
people. I bet you.
So it reminds me of I've watched one episode of the A-Team in my life, and the hilarious part about it is they had like machine gun turrets, and like the armor plating that would be in front of the machine gun, bah, 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 bah. But it wasn't armor plating; it was the corrugated steel.
metal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like bullets are bouncing off of it, pew pew pew, and I'm like, dude, I shoot pellet guns right through that shit. Like, come on.
My favorite thing about the A-Team is nobody ever got shot. The only person that ever got hurt was Mr. T, and he stepped on a rusty nail and had to go to the hospital. Because we watched that show every day when that was on.
You don't want to get tetanus.
Yeah,
It's very
that was why
serious.
he had
It
to go.
really sets in.
Yeah.
It's the only thing he's more afraid of than airplanes. Is
I love they always had to drug him to fly.
Yeah, I think that's what they did in the episode I saw.
Well, there was one episode, the only time he willingly got on an aircraft was when his mom was sick. He's like, I gotta go, mama needs me.
Yep.
Oh yeah, well, men break out of prison for that. You gotta go see your mama when she's sick. It's actually a very common
I don't care what
storyline.
anybody says. That was a good story. That was a good show. I like that.
Oh, dude, I love
Good
the
80s
A-Team.
show.
Even the remake movie was fine. It wasn't the A-Team, but it was still a fun movie.
I thought the remake was really well done. I enjoyed that. That came out right around the same time as The Losers. Remember that one?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, The Losers is excellent. It's based on a comic book series.
Comic book or something? Yeah.
Yep.
Was it a Vertigo?
Yeah.
I know it's DC owns Vertigo, but yeah.
Yep. Losers, Kick-Ass. There were several of those not so well known comics that got turned into movies around that time.
Kick-Ass is like Mark Miller, right?
Yeah.
He's got a big project coming up where he's like linking all of his work that he's done independently into one universe. So Kick-Ass will be in the same world as like the Kingsman and like all this other stuff he's done.
That'd be
He's gonna tie it all together.
the Millerverse.
How are the Kingsman movies? Were those good?
First one's really good.
I think we might have watched the first one. I don't remember it. So if I don't remember it, it's not probably.
The second one was fine. It was entertaining.
The third one's fun, but if you actually know history, it's kind of infuriating. But if you just turn your brain off, it's kind of enjoyable.
There's a lot of stuff that's kind of like that. Which it's if
Any
it's
time
based on
travel movie?
If it's based on a comic book, then you should
time travel's
probably
real.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying the movies. You can't think too
Okay.
hard about how it works, And then every movie has different rules,
Although I
how
really
the time travel
liked
works.
the Langoliers, just because they had a different version of time. It's like you can't go back in time. Like it gets eaten away. It's gone. That was a great book, great movie. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
You can only go forward.
No, well, if you go back in time, like everything's gone. Like there's
the concept of the Langoliers is the Langoliers are the things that eat time. So like if you get stuck behind, then they destroy everything. So there is no there's no time like going back in time.
Yeah.
After it happens, it's gone. The Langoliers destroy everything that has already happened. So there's no like time travel backwards because backwards doesn't exist.
But it's not as good as the time traveling one from The Simpsons with the toaster.
Oh, I love that one.
That is
it's
such
raining
a
again.
brilliant one.
Donuts. That was really one of my favorite jokes. Like in The Simpsons ever was, where he comes back and it's like, he's changed. Basically, he's going back in time and changing stuff until he gets a good future or whatever. Because he done fucked it up, and he comes up from the basement and
because he didn't listen to his dad's advice.
Yep. There's one thing on his wedding day. And everything's great. They're fucking rich. They're going to Patty and Selma's funeral that day. What do you want for breakfast? I'll make you anything. And he's like, I'll have a donut, right? She's like, oh, what's a donut? And he, runs back down to try again. And then right as he runs back down, donuts just start pouring from the sky, and she's like, "Oh, it's raining again." Oh, it would have been so perfect. It just would have waited one more second. Oh fuck! It's just my fucking favorite. It's so good.
That is a good one.
Good.
We watched the one with where Bart hangs out with the gangsters and he gets framed for Skinner's murder.
Yeah,
watched that one last night. Oh my gosh, that one's so good. Like it's just absolutely brilliant humor in those. The writing in that was the best.
We watched this last week the show Vice Principals. Has any of you guys seen it with Danny McBride and Walton Goggins? Dude, it's fucking great. It's only 2 seasons, and like at first I'm like, oh man, what a bummer that like it must have got canceled or something. And so I looked it up, and they're like, it's like no, it was written for 2 seasons because shows get shitty when they go too long. You know, and Danny McBride is like, no, like I didn't want that to happen. We're gonna write a story and do the story.
Yeah, usually the third season sucks.
Yeah, it was great. It gets wrapped up nicely. At the end, there's no cliffhanger that never gets resolved or anything like that.
They did that with Andor too. They wrapped it up really good. Yeah,
it's a good way to do TV and movie. I talk about this all the time. Movies are too fucking short. To actually get character development and a bunch of good stories out of it. Everything's got to be rushed and this and that. So yeah, it's nice. And it's really funny.
It's nice to know that, and it's nice to know when a series has like an end in mind, like they know what they're going to do and how they're going to end it. Like the ones that just like drag on for forever.
Talking about Lost.
Lost was one of the first ones that came to mind. It's like,
oh, that's the worst.
What's the end game? How are we going to wrap this thing up? Like there's got to be something like ER or something like that. Like you could do that forever because it's just, people come and go and it's the hospital, but like the hospital is going to always be there. But like, you got to have on some of these, you've got to have some sort of an end game in mind. Like, how are you going to end this show? And yeah, like it's nice when it has a nice clean end and you can tell that they really like plan this out. All right, like we're going to do this for X number of seasons and then we're going to finish it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Breaking Bad was good. I thought the ending was a little weak. I thought that last episode was not what it should have been, but at least there was an ending in mind. Like they had the end set up.
Yeah, because it was getting there. That couldn't have gone on another season. It was. They were definitely reaching their.
On the part where his brother-in-law finds out who Hank is, like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's such a great scene too. So,
yeah, that was a good show. It's funny when I watch like old X-Files now, I see a lot of that shit because it's Vince Gilligan did a lot of the old X-Files.
Okay,
and there'll be a lot of scenes that it's like, dude, this could be a Breaking Bad scene. The way that everything's sort of choreographed and shit. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting. People get their flavors on stuff.
You guys ever watch Bosch? That's on. The original series was good, and then they did a spin-off series. It's been pretty good too. It's pretty well done as a whole. It's a good cop story. Sorry.
Oh. Well, I'm out. No.
It is. It's just a good one. He's kind of a dirty cop too, but he does things a little questionably, but it's fun.
Just got to get the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah. It actually is a pretty decent show. So it was well done. We just finished
Dad likes
watching
cop
that.
shows. He likes The Wire.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch that. I just haven't. We tried to watch that. Like watched 1 or 2 episodes.
I've watched the
Never got
whole
into
first
it.
season, and I got about halfway through the second season. I need to pick it back up. Another one that's like a cop show, City on a Hill. It's really good. It's like set in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, fun.
It's good. It's got Kevin Bacon is like the dirty cop. He's
that'd be a fun role for him.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, we've been watching too much lately. Like I said, we watched something else on Disney. I can't remember what it was. We got Disney to watch 2 different things. One of them was Andor. I can't remember what the other one was now. So,
put Harry's comment up. No, man, that's what makes him so awesome. Omar's the fucking best. The fact that he's gay makes him such like a more interesting. It's just the whole thing's so fucking funny. You know, he's the fucking badass, dude. Fucking awesome. But yeah, it was like a whoa, because you don't expect that, you know, especially, you know, a show from, you know, back then, you know, oh shit, he's a gay. I guess if it's like an HBO show or something, you could probably guess that they're gonna have, you know, weird stuff in it. But yeah, dude, Omar is the fucking best, dude. He's my favorite character, dude. He's fucking awesome.
oh, I remember what it was now. Daredevil.
And that actor is excellent too. Like everything that he does, he was really good. Shame
Chalky White.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Chalky White role in Boardwalk Empire was just excellent.
I have watched the first season of that. I never got past that.
Yeah. Fucking what's his face with the big dick? Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's the best in that fucking movie too. A good tough gay is always. I don't say always because like we talk about, you can't just shove characters in where they don't belong. That's not a gay joke, but like a good tough gay oftentimes makes a very good character. You know.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is the.
So you want a lesbian then? Because
Willem Dafoe is the gay cop in Boondock Saints, where the dude is trying to cuddle with him. He's like, "Get off me, fag!"
Trying to cuddle? What the fuck?
I'll be doing all that gay shit. Like, I'm here to pound ass and move on with life. Like, what's wrong?
Yeah, man. That actor died a couple years ago. It was sad. Black dude. His scar was real from a knife fight in real life, which is like makes him like actually kind of badass. But he also he's majored choreography, so he probably was gay too in real life. I don't know that one for sure.
Well, you know, in Hollywood, you can't play a role that you're not anymore, right? Like, so he has to be gay.
Yeah. If you ain't, you at least got to suck a dick. Yes. the producers back there, go do your thing, you know, and then you can play this role. You don't got to be like gay, but you got to at least do it once.
Yeah.
I think that's just Hollywood in general. Like,
yes,
you know, be a big famous actor, you probably got to suck a dick along the way.
Yes, at least one or two. Why do you think what's her name hasn't been in a movie since Weinstein got busted? The chick from Hunger Games.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as the big suspicion was
she did a Netflix movie. Oh fuck, what was it called?
Was that the sci-fi one?
No, it was basically she
did a sci-fi movie.
Oh fuck, what was it called? Anyway, the premise of it is
that she's blowing Harvey Weinstein for parts.
No. These parents hire her to
blow Harvey Weinstein,
be their son's girlfriend, or like try to get their son to leave the house and like be like a normal kid and not be such a fucking nerd. And she has a whole like fully nude fighting with 2 dudes on a beach scene and all kinds of crazy shit. It was not a very good movie, but it was. You know, you got that.
So apparently, this is Harry there brought this up. I hadn't heard about anything about this. Apparently, somebody testified that Diddy kidnapped her at gunpoint and then broke into rapper Kid Cudi's home in a plot to kill his love rival. Capricorn Clark. Oh, Jesus. Wow. That's her name, apparently. I guess it could be a fake name for a trial. I don't know.
That is a good stage name, though.
Yeah.
Now, welcoming to the floor, Capricorn.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. And then it's also because it's like, you know, it's like witchy because it's like astrology and shit.
Yeah, so, there you go.
Strippers like that shit. So, yeah, Diddy and a security guard, I guess, went to, I don't know. do stuff. Kill Kid Cudi. Get she was dating. I don't know. I don't keep up with rap shenanigans. Is that what you were talking about, Harry? Oh, unwrapped all his kids' gifts, he says. Cuddy claims Diddy broke into his home around Christmas and unwrapped all his kids' gifts.
What?
That's a pretty funny fucking... I gotta admit, that's pretty funny.
Oh, that's brutal.
I'm gonna rob you and them of this joy. You'll never get it back. You only get 8 Christmases where they're still cute.
Did you ever see the Chappelle episode? The Chappelle the Chappelle skit where he like goes to the chick that dumped him and like tells her he wants to marry her, and so she leaves her whole family, and then he's like, "I wasn't gonna marry you, bitch." Like 20 years after she dumps him.
Fuck.
Oh god, that one was hilarious too. God, could you
Give me
imagine
some
like,
good old
going into
spell.
somebody's house and unwrapping their kids' gifts? You think he did it, or do you think he sent somebody to go do it? Like,
It sounded like, and assuming the testimony's real,
yeah.
it sounds like him and a security guard went. So he had like a, he had a henchman with him.
But do you have the henchman unwrap the gifts and you just sit there and watch it? Or do you actually
unwrap those presents?
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know, if you got that much money, are you going to actually do this stuff, or are you going to tell people to do it for you?
Maybe he likes unwrapping presents. Who knows?
Maybe
it was his idea. And he's like, I'm going to unwrap these presents. Maybe the security guard wishes he got to unwrap some of the presents.
Yeah.
But he had to sit and watch Diddy unwrap the presents. You pretend you're my daddy, all right? I'm going to unwrap these presents.
Get up the baby oil.
Like it's Christmas. I don't know Diddy's family history, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say he didn't have a father in the
Really?
house.
No, these guys all have good dads in their house.
he wanted to relive. He don't actually want the Furby or whatever the hell kids are into these days.
It'd be even better if you replaced all the presents with baby oil.
Rewraps them.
Use baby oil.
he lovingly places them under the tree and positions them where they look really awesome, and they're just all boxes of baby oil. Oh shit! Yes.
Okay, there's a good
really
comedy.
Put our heads together.
There's a good
psychopath.
comedy sketch for somebody to put together.
Yeah. Somebody with gumption. Get on it.
Chappelle,
Yeah.
make that happen.
Shit.
Oh my gosh! Did you guys see? Oh, I can't share the screen. Never mind. I was going to share the screen with the second thing I put in the chat, but never mind.
You can
see this too.
You can put it up, and then I get to choose whether or not I pull it up.
That's not it, but go on.
200-year-old condom decorated with erotic art goes on.
I've got a couple. This might actually be my deepest article today. I've got a couple thoughts. Like one, whenever like I hear about like the old timey condoms, like 200 years, it's pretty old timey. I'm always like how like I don't mean good in like effectiveness. I mean like good in like feel. Like I feel like it'd have to feel horrible.
No, man, they were sheepskins.
Well, yeah, because this one, it says it's from a sheep's appendix. And I'm like, okay, I guess a fresh appendix lining, that might not be bad at all. I've heard of like tobacco leaves and shit. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, excuse me, guys. But there's this old condom, and it has, they say it's likely a souvenir from like a brothel. It's got like really, it's got like nice art on it. Like, it's erotic art, old timey.
Back in the day when you didn't just like use it and then toss that thing, like you cleaned it up, like you wanted your condom to say something about your unit,
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, is this? They're saying that this might not have necessarily been like used. Who knows? Like it was like maybe just like a souvenir. But otherwise, I mean, you're right, dude. I mean, people used to take care of things back in the day. That's your condom, dude. You got to take it, clean it up. It takes you have to kill a whole sheep to get it. You got to fucking, you got to pull the appendix off. I've butchered a lot of goats. I don't even know what the fuck the appendix looks like. You must have to dig in there.
How much like time you had to put into that? Like, it's Not just driving by the gas station on your way home, man.
So let's take it another level. This erotic artwork, it's not just three guys jerking off in front of a nun like it appears.
God, is that
Okay,
what
it's
I can't see it.
kind of. So it's actually now, and you guys would be better than me because I know my Greek mythology and ancient, tales. I don't know shit about that stuff, right? But it has
nuns,
it has a phrase on it written, "This is my choice," in French. And apparently it's a reference to a story from Greek mythology in which the Trojan prince Paris judges a beauty contest among three goddesses, and which has been depicted in numerous artworks. So this is like a Playboy a comic writer, the little comics and Playboy, the little cartoons, like a Playboy like comics cartoon strip guy, like doing his depiction of like ancient Greek mythology, but it's like a nun and three dudes, or maybe it's a nun judging the three dicks. Maybe that's what it is, because the prince was judging a beauty contest among three goddesses. So maybe that's what's going on here, and it's some like it's like a political cartoon that it's like you remember like the the New York Times, the political cartoons that make absolutely no sense.
See, that's what I need is political cartoons on my condoms. I haven't used a condom in 15 years, but nonetheless.
What's a condom?
They still make those?
So I looked it up. Apparently in 1272, the Muslims invented the condom using a goat's lower intestine. And then in 1873, the British refined the idea by taking
their dicks were already there anyhow.
Oh, God damn it. You fucked it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In 1873, the British refined the idea by taking the intestine out of the goat first.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a good joke. I fucked it up.
Yes, you did.
Steve's throwing it on you. He's the one that interrupted first before I had a chance.
What?
I would have been right there, dude. I couldn't have let that pass up. I thought we were getting a good history lesson on the condom for a second. I'm like, all right, well, we got to get a joke in at every milestone.
I'm trying.
You know what's funny is now that I hear you say the punchline, like the actual punchline, I'm like, oh fuck, I think I've heard that before. Yeah, I should have. I should have been smarter. Here, I felt I was witty by hitting that, but I should have been a little smarter. Dude, I used to read the fuck out of Playboy, man. I had a fucking subscription when I was like 18, and I used to read that thing basically cover to cover. We didn't have internet or shit. I didn't have cable.
We used to find them. We used to find them in the factory up the streets, garbage.
It was like
nice.
Men's Health with racy pictures, and they weren't even like it was like tasteful nudes. It wasn't
Yeah. I wanted to believe it was so classy and everything, and now it's like whatever. There's been like the documentaries or whatever about like Hef. They're like, oh yeah, they were like kidnapping bitches and shit. And it's like, no, don't ruin this fantasy for me. It was a fun fake world where pretty blonde girls take their tops off, and we hang out by the pool and drink martinis and do good blow, and it's just a fun consensual experience. That's what all this is.
The work that they put into the photography was insane, man. Like it was. I knew a guy that shot that stuff, and like it'd be hours for like per shot, like of makeup and everything else. It was crazy what they would do to that and that stuff.
Well, especially before Photoshop was around, you really got to put effort in beforehand. You can't just fix it afterwards.
Yeah. There's no fixing in post, man.
Yeah,
like they're shooting 4x5 film, so it's like one shot and then flip over the film, put another thing in, and shoot another shot. It wasn't.
Oh, it's not even like on a roll.
No. They did some of that for the if it wasn't like the main person, they used lesser film and stuff like that. But for for whoever whatever they called it was
the centerfold, the centerfold
whoever that was, like it was sometimes 2-3 days of shooting.
How quick me and Dag jumped on centerfold.
It was a revolutionary thing at the time. The fold out. Then, of course, Mad had the fold in. I had a Mad magazine subscription, too. They were actually, in some ways, very similar magazines. Yeah, man. I went to a party a while back at some biker dude's house. It was cool. He had a nice garage, a man cave, they might call it. A little bar in there and everything. And he had a bunch of Playboys from like the 70s sitting on the bar. And dude, I just loved, like, my favorite thing about reading the ones from like the 70s was like the ads, seeing like the ads for the cars and cigarettes and cameras. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's just different,
Yeah. Remember, I was telling my son, he was complaining somebody was smoking the other day. I was like, in my day, you go into a restaurant and there'd be a smoking section. He's like, no way. That's the most disgusting. He got so mad about that. I'm like, yeah.
No, but you had an option to sit 4 tables over from someone smoking.
Yeah, right.
So, it was like we weren't even, it was like nobody was even smoking there.
It was like a wall. That,
I'd say that some of them might even have like a wall or like a partition where like usually it was like a half wall where you could still see what was going on over there. It wasn't like, separate rooms, but at least it was walled off where, you knew which side was which.
In some,
like
but
COVID
not
cigarette
all
smoke.
of them. Yeah.
It's at a certain
like
level.
if you were standing up, you had to have your mask on. But if you were sitting down, it didn't get to you.
Yeah, I think once you sit down, you're below the smoke level. You're all right.
Yeah.
Well, like I remember, because I was, alive early enough to still remember smoking in public more. And walking into a business, and it's my barber where I went when I was a kid. Every single barber there always had it. Like they were just chain smokers. You know what I mean?
Cigars too, man. It'd be like,
yeah, that was the smell. Double bubble, Barbasol, and cigarette smoke. Like that's my memories of probably what a good barbershop should smell like. Now my dad, who obviously was alive earlier than me when you still smoked in hospitals and shit. You know what I mean? Like he fucking hates like cigarette smoke, and he's like, a lot of it's because of that. He's like, oh god, he grew up in a house of smokers, this and that. He was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm fucking so over it, But he's like, everywhere you went, everything smelled like fucking cigarettes, fucking everywhere. So I get. Like, it is kind of nice that not everywhere stinks like cigarettes, but you should be able to smoke at fucking bars and restaurants if they want to let you smoke. Fucking should, because I'll take a Waffle House with a smoking section. I'll eat fucking waffles and breakfast food with that cigarette smoke in the background. It creates the feel. I don't know if it's just nostalgia. I don't know if it's the way God intended. I don't know, but either way, I like it.
That's like the local bar back home. I hate going to like bars in Evansville because none of them have a smoking section. I love our local bar back home. Like anytime I go home, I go to the bar, hang out with my friends, have a couple drinks, watch watch whatever games are on, and it's smoking. Like the rest of the restaurant isn't, and obviously it's not there's a partition and a door, but there's not an actual door on the door. It's a door opening, but. The bar is in the back separate from the rest of the restaurant. But yeah, I mean, it's like everybody's sitting around the bar smoking, like the bartender's smoking the whole time. Like everybody's smoking. It's like, I feel like a bar should have smoking. Like, even if I'm not smoking, I want other people to be like
there should be, there should be some that have it. But I do remember like even when I did smoke and I had really long hair, I'd wake up in the morning with my hair on my face and it would smell like smoke from the bar. Oh, the worst smell.
Every
ever.
bar has its own smell too.
Oh,
like the next day, like you smell. I'm like, oh fuck, I smell like copper top. Jesus, like every bar has their own unique stink.
Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah. It is kind of like
else. Everything else.
Yeah, it just feels right. Too. And also, it's like. Because then you got to deal with like people. Oh, every fucking 10 minutes, people got to be going outside to smoke. If it's nice out, cool. Let's just all hang outside. But like I know, like up north, especially like in Wisconsin, they made a big deal. They made illegal to smoke in bars, like whatever, a decade ago or something. More than that now, but yeah, it's like, dude, it's fucking like, it's like -8 degrees outside, and people have to go outside to smoke. And then because of the way the laws are written, because we love bureaucracy so much, it's the smoking area outside. You could only have one wall, basically. So it's like you could have like the building and then like a roof and then like one wall on the side, but then it has to be open on 2 sides, or you're not allowed to make that the smoking area. So you can't even have like an outside fucking barn or some shit for the smokers to go stand in while they smoke. They have to go stand in a 2-sided room at the most.
Well, like Indiana has these dumb laws where you're not allowed to smoke within so many feet of the entrance. It's like
that's California shit, dude.
No,
Yeah.
okay. So as a non-smoker, the worst thing ever is when you're trying to walk into somewhere and you got 6 guys standing there smoking. You got to walk through it. That's disgusting.
I agree, and I say there should be common courtesy as well. Like if I'm going to go outside and smoke, I'm not going to stand right by the door because that's
common
like
courtesy.
move. Yeah,
There's not that.
But if you've got a door that comes like out to the patio from the bar, like you shouldn't have to like leave the patio area to get 50 feet away from the door.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. But people should be courteous when they do it. And
I think it could be on the business to say, hey, don't stand here. Go smoke over there. Just not have no smoking within the door. Sorry, I hate bureaucracy.
No, I do too. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
But there are a lot of
state.
There are a lot of assholes out there. That's for fucking sure.
The problem is the bureaucrats are retarded, and so are the smokers.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.